You know, like I said, it's a miracle. I've been paying my bills, playing music since I left that day job down there from Washington Square Park, 1994. I was doing some demo and recording for Atlantic Records, and I was really toasted in Central Park one day. And, you know, God rewards you for the strangest things sometimes. So, there I was in Central Park. I met a homeless beggar, and my life totally turned around from that homeless beggar. It was like, Izzy, I actually met the guy who was involved with the story on Thursday night in Brooklyn. We just started talking. We're at the fountain in Central Park, and this old guy was a homeless beggar. And make a long story short, he goes around the park with a little cup of coins and a bell, and he says, "Make a wish, don't tell mama, whatever you put in, you get back 100,000 times." I said, "Wow, that's according to my calculation, that's a good bet," you know what I'm saying? So I threw some coins in there, you know, Bob. I was like, well, you know, I gotta throw some coins in there, and he didn't look too dangerous, and Izzy, and we started talking and hanging out, and you know, I'm a spiritual guy, you know, I'm pretty much a Buddhist then, and pretty much connected to a lot of things now, and he started speaking to me. He asked me what I was reading, and got to sudden he says he prays every day. I said, yeah. He said, where do you pray, brother? This was Sunday. He says, well, I pray at this little synagogue over here on 36th and I think it's 8th Street. He says it's called the Millenary Center Synagogue, and the rabbi over there, he knows that I'm Jewish, and he needs a minyan. He needs to make a service. He needs an extra guy. And so he gives me $5, a white kippah, a bagel, and in a half an hour he goes like this 10 times, and I shout out amen. And he says, that's my gig for a couple of years. I said, wow. I said, bro, whatever you're smoking, give me some of that. He says, no, I ain't smoking. You can come and see it tomorrow. I said, well, me and Izzy, we hang out the whole day, and I brought him home, we showered him up, we bought him groceries, and he told me he was born in Depression right there in Central Park. And it was a wild story. I showed up there Monday morning just to check it out if it's real. And make a long story short, it was real, and I ended up playing a concert with this hippie mystic dude called Shlomo Carlebach. And he liked the way I played. I said, Rabbi, I'm sorry, I don't know any Jewish music. He says, what do you do? I said, I play the blues. He says, well, I play the blues too. I said, really? He says, yeah. He says, I play the Jewish blues. He says, you play your blues, I'll play my blues, it'll be real bluesy. I said, okay. And so he really liked what I did, and he said, come on, son, you're gonna come play with me in Israel. I said, Israel, that's bombs and deserts, I'm not going to Israel. Yeah, I didn't know. He said, you know, he said, what do I know? So he said, just come one time. And he paid me good money. I went, and that's been my home base for 25 years. And I left that day job behind. Well, the only reason I'm telling you the story is because, you know, that was a major miracle. And, you know, I don't know what would have happened if I would have stayed in New York City. I really think I would have been dead now, the way I was partying and all the other things that going on. And since then, no, just one day after the next, I don't know how. I mean, playing blues and rock and roll in English in Israel is not something that's supposed to be successful, you know what I'm saying? I guess that's why I'm flying to Kentucky all the time. That's the only part of the puzzle I haven't figured out, how I stay off of them planes, man. I had some serious turbulence the last flight. I went to these the stewardesses in the back, and I was like, I've been on so many flights, but this was bad. And if they looked at me, they saw I was a little pale. They said, no plane ever fell out of the sky from turbulence. I went back to my seat till the next flight. It was turbulence. So it had a lot of miracles, but the truth is, I got a whole bunch of other miracles that I really need to come through to keep this train going down the tracks. Things that only I can speak about, things I only know on my bed at night. And every time I think there's no way out, I've been through some really stuff between life and death plenty of times. And every time I think there's no way out, I'm just forced to say God makes me miracles. I don't know what God is, and I don't think God is in a box. God does not belong to any one race or religion. God is not physical. God is not spiritual. God makes the physical and the spiritual. God's not a man. God's not a woman. God creates man and woman. God is everywhere all the time. And that is the thing above nature. Behind it all, it's like if you would ask me, what's Lazer? You know, if I was to tell you, well, Lazer's the beard, Lazer's the hat, you know, Lazer's the guitar, I'd say, well, yeah, maybe that's part of Lazer, but what's really Lazer is what's really you, is what's really the inside story. So I bless us all to connect to the inside story, that there's something going on, and no matter what you're facing in life, I can tell you this, just keep it, whatever you do, meditate, prayer, whatever you do, see major miracles. The truth is, every breath that we're taking, just the fact that we're here today, all together is a miracle. It's called a miracle. Today, just like I needed a miracle yesterday, and I need a miracle today. Just like I needed a miracle yesterday, and I need some help from beyond. I cannot tell anybody. All I can do is sing this song, and I need a miracle. Yes, I need a miracle. Well, I need a miracle. Yes, I need a miracle. Oh yes, well, I need a miracle. I need a miracle to carry on and sing my song. Tell anybody, all I can do is sing this song, and I need a miracle. Yes, I need a miracle. I need a miracle. Yes, 'cause I need a miracle. Oh yes, well I need a miracle. Well I need a miracle. Yeah, I need a miracle to carry on and sing my song. I need a miracle. I need a miracle. I need a miracle. Yes, I need a miracle. Oh yes, I need a miracle. I need a miracle. I need a miracle to carry on and sing my song.